Hey, so this is my second to last video of the year. I can't believe I've created 364 of these. Um, so I had a really interesting conversation in the gym this morning. But first, let me show you this T-shirt I found. I've been cleaning out my second bedroom, putting some stuff out, and came across this bag that I didn't recognize. And look what I found in the bag. Can you see that? It says, "No exes were harmed in the making of this poem." When I was about maybe 10 years ago, when I was endeavoring to be a performance poet, like that's how I was going to make my living, I'm not cut out for that. I had these t-shirts made up because it was this like bitter poem that I was sort of known for reciting. And one time somebody came up to me like, "Wow, is the person still alive?" And I sort of laughed and said, "No exes were harmed in the making of this poem." And so I thought it was cute enough to put it on a shirt, but I hadn't seen this t-shirt in forever. It was a limited run. There's probably, I don't know, 100 people out in the world who has a copy of this t-shirt. So if you have one, let me know. I thought it was serendipitous that I found this t-shirt because I was in this really sort of almost heated conversation at the gym this morning with several women who we were talking about relationships and sort of what it means to be single, what it means to be unattached. I think a lot of feelings are coming up for people, especially around the holiday season, and definitely as the new year is coming in. People are like, "This is my year, this is my year that I get married," or "This is my year that I found the one," or that the universe sends me who belongs to me, whatever. So I found myself as somebody who's been sort of maybe historically, I've been single for about maybe two and a half years now. So somebody who's not been running toward a relationship. I found myself sort of taking the devil's advocate, and I don't think I was. I mean, I really meant what I was saying, but the women definitely felt antagonized by what I was saying, and so I wanted to sort of bring it to you guys and talk it through and see if you think I'm way off base or they have a point. I mean, they have a point, but I'm saying that maybe we should look at being single in a different way, right? And so, I'm a person who believes in vision boards and putting out in the universe and manifesting what you want. But I also think that, or I've come to understand, like, while you're doing that, while you're sending this message out that you're looking for your one, that you're also becoming the one, right? That you're not sitting around on your couch or having this humdrum life and waiting for your person to come and save you from your boredom. I think as a single person that this is a great opportunity being single means being free in ways that being in a couple, which is awesome. I've been a part of a couple on a few occasions and enjoyed it. I loved it. But I've also enjoyed the times that I wasn't coupled up. I'm good company. I can take myself to the movies or to dinner and not feel any sort of way about it. And so I'm blessed that has not been necessarily my hang up. But I know a lot of people who really struggle with that. And like being single is this negative thing or this second-class citizen status. And I want folks to start really thinking about that. Like, I think that being single sometimes is about, and this is clearly my opinion, it's about like respite, like going into your lab. Like, say you were in a long-term relationship. I was in a long-term relationship that ended. It didn't end the way I wanted it to end. And because of the way I'm sort of built around relationships, I didn't look to run into another one. I didn't think that being with somebody else was going to sort of solve the problems that I discovered about myself in the ending of that relationship. And these women I was talking to in the gym absolutely thought that was crazy. Like that I should have been in a relationship, that relationships heal you, or relationships somehow have these magical powers. And I don't think they do. Even before all the things that happened in my life happened, I never saw them that way. I think relationships are awesome. It's great to have somebody thinking about you all day long, or when you get home that they're there. If you don't live together, like, you guys can talk. I mean, I love relationships, but I also think that, you know, you gotta make time for yourself in ways that I don't think you can, even when you try to make time for yourself and being in a couple. There are mandates around how long you can take that free space, and especially if there are kids involved or other trappings that make it difficult. And I think that especially if you have not, especially if you're coming out of a relationship that might have been damaging or upsetting to you, that I think that you should recover. I don't think you should rush into another relationship. And I think that while you're being single, even if nothing happened, maybe you're just single, maybe the relationship came to its own natural end and you've decided you're just not ready to date, I say you should continue to grow yourself. Being single does not mean that you're on standby, like you're waiting for the next bus or the next plane to jumpstart your life. I say take that trip to wherever. I say take that class or get another degree, have dinner parties at your house, or go to brunch, or go to church, or shave your head, or learn how to speak, whatever, like, right? And I have a couple of people, my friends in my life, who it is clear to me they're waiting for that person to show up before these set of things they won't do without being in a couple. And I get that, but aren't you like living a half life? And maybe because society pushes that we be in couples, and that couples are somehow more powerful or more special than being single. Because single doesn't mean that you don't have parents who love you, or siblings who love you, or best friends, or organizations you belong to. Like, all those things are still intact when you are in a couple. So you're not living a lesser life, or you shouldn't be, or you shouldn't look at it that way. I mean, I don't know. But some of these women were really angry with me, like in the ways that they're trying to hide it, because it's 6 o'clock in the morning, you're at a gym, you're not supposed to be having these kind of emotions. And I think sort of the tipping point was when I said, you know, I've come to believe that sometimes the people we attract in our lives is a reflection of ourselves. And so your last relationship was somehow broken or jacked up. There had to be something in you that was broken and jacked up. Because, you know, water finds its own level, I spent a great deal of time trying to get well and whole this year. And so when my well and whole person shows up, I'll know. And I won't accept anything less than that, right? There won't be this opportunity for somebody to give me only what they want or be half-assed in it, right? I just, you know, I think when you're, I told one of the women at the gym, I think when you're awake in your life, when you know what you'll put up with, and not that kind of like, yeah, girl, he can't, no, I'm not, I mean awake, like, these are my values. These things are important to me. This is where I've fallen short and I'm working on it. Like, I value being ethical or whole or family, like whatever your thing is. Once you are firm in that, nobody can come along and shake you from it. And I think if you hold out long enough, you'll find somebody who matches your values, who matches what's important to you. If you're into like jumping off of buildings with parachutes in the back of your back, find that person. Like, I don't think you should cajole people into being a part of your life. Sure, you know, bring to them maybe experiences they never thought about. But I think you know, as my mama used to say, you know, I think it's more important that you're evenly yoked, and however that means for your life. Being single is not a disease. It's not being second class. And I think people would be better served to spend time falling in love with themselves and discovering who they are and figuring out what their mandates and ethics and standards are. So, what do you think?